Good morning, y'all. We are back from freaking Kenya. Best vacation ever. Best ever. Best ever. I don't even know why it's, I know why it's the best, but I don't know if it's going to translate on video why it's the best. I don't know. We shall wait and see. Those videos are going to be out on Sitting in a Tree, our other channel. That is our couple channel, so our joint channel, me and Jay. And it's also more of our travel channel. I started putting all the travel things over there. So if you're interested in that, go over there. I try to give you good, useful tips. I try to tell you about all the money, the prices, the cost of the things, and just my real honest suggestions and recommendations and opinions. And y'all know I keeps an opinion. I keeps an opinion. You ain't never gonna find an opinion that I don't have. You ain't never. You know how sometimes you can ask people about something and they'll be like, oh, no, I'm gonna give you an opinion. If you want an opinion, come to me. I'm your girl. I am your girl. And my opinion is gonna have good sound, facts, reasons, all of that. So let me tell you this though. Coming back from Kenya, I am so happy and pleased to announce I gave myself $1,500 for spending money. Because that's where I am these days. I give myself more money than not because, you know, I built my life up so that I can do that sort of thing, and I oversave in other areas so that when I am on a vacation, I have more money available to spend. So I love that. But I also love that I came in $111 under the budget. Under. And let me tell you something, guys. It could have been real. I could have been really under the budget. I'm talking about barely. I could have barely spent $1,000. Barely. I could have barely spent $600, honestly. Let me tell you what happened. Hold on. We gotta get breakfast.
Good morning. How may I help you?
Good morning. May I have two? Do you have breakfast tacos still?
I do, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I still have some.
Okay, may I have two breakfast tacos?
Of course. Which kind?
The kind without bacon. I made my coffee at home. It's like 5:30 in the morning. So let me tell y'all that right there too. I've been doing really good at getting to work and doing 10-hour days because we're jumping all over the place. Hold on. And may I have the receipt, please? I plan on taking off 2 days next week to do a writing retreat at a friend's house. And so I'm gonna take off Thursday and Friday, go to work early on Wednesday, and then leave early on Wednesday because Wednesday is when everybody's gonna stop coming in. They're flying in from all over the country. Thank you. So yeah, so in order to achieve that without using vacation days, I gave myself to go to work at least 10-hour days, and I've been doing it. I've been getting to work like around 6 in the morning every day. We got back on Sunday, so Monday, Tuesday, and now Wednesday. We've been waking up around 3 in the morning. I've been editing, washing clothes, things like that at those times. But back to the money for Kenya, guys. I took out $500 worth of Kenyan shilling. And I didn't even do a video about how to convert Kenyan shilling to American money because I usually do that when I have a bunch of the money so I can show you guys. But I'll probably still do something because I find those videos helpful when I travel. Like, you need to know quick. Like, sometimes you don't have time to be pulling out a calculator. I mean, you very well can. You know, our phones are amazing these days. But sometimes you might be in an area where you don't have reception or you don't have a phone plan to use it. But the Kenyan shilling is super easy. 1,000 shilling is approximately $7 American. So if something costs $1,000, that's $7. If it costs $2,000, that's $14. And I say that because sometimes you be like, oh, it's only $1,000, and sometimes we equate $1,000 to $1 when you're in, you know. And you'd be like, oh, it can sound cheaper than what it is. But when you start doing the math, you'd be like, okay, really? You're trying to charge me $14 for 2 coasters. That's what I really did pay for 2 coasters. 2, not 4, 2. Beat It coasters. They got me. But it was all good. It was all good. It was at a village. And so.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning.
Thank you.
Oh, there we go.
No, I already paid.
Oh,
yes.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you. Have a good one. I got opinions. I got opinions, but I think we'll talk about that more in our video when we do our Kenya review. On Sitting in a Tree, our videos are behind, but it's okay because we're always on a vacation. So the videos that are coming out are from previous vacations where we still share good information, okay? And we still have good shenanigans. But that $500 of American money worth of Kenyan shilling lasted all the things. Not only because for a good portion of this vacation, a lot of our meals and stuff were included, our transportation, things like that. And then also Kwame ends up picking up a lot of the tabs at a lot of places. So we really did not have to come out of our pocket much on food. But we did buy different souvenirs, which is something that any of you who know me know that I don't normally do. I am not the trinket girl. You are not going to find me on a vacation just buying stuff to bring back to the people. I don't do that. I don't believe in that. Only because A, I don't believe in nickel and diming away money. And two, I don't believe in people having a bunch of stuff. I don't want a bunch of stuff, so I don't want y'all to have a bunch of stuff either. But Kenya got away from me. Kenya got away from me, in part because some of the things were really cute. And some of the things you see in Marshalls and you see in Home Goods because they curate things from around the world. And then when you see what those prices were in Home Goods, and now you see what the prices were over there, like $5 for like wooden spoon sets. Whereas you go to Home Goods and you're going to pay $15 to $20 for that same set, y'all. So you kind of couldn't help yourself a little bit. And so then I started rationalizing that I can start picking up early Christmas things. Because I'm not one to nickel and dime. So therefore, if I'm going to buy stuff, it's going to be with a purpose. It's going to be with a purpose. So that was one of the purposes. The other purpose was sometimes you just want to really support the local economy, especially as tourists. I think that's our duty. That's the way we give back to the beautiful places that we're visiting. You know, I know a lot of countries, they have an economy that depends on tourism. So a part of you can be like, well, hey, I'm here and this is what's going to bring money to their economy. But also I believe that the exchange is you do want to financially support that economy. Especially for me, if it was a Black-owned store, which you never really know. Honestly, you really don't know who's behind the stores sometimes, but sometimes you do. And so you do want to pump abundance into the exchange. I'm a good advocate for abundance, okay? The flow of currency all around. So that's why I say we could have spent less, but we spent more because I did do more shopping than I typically do. The other thing that really put me over the top, now I could have been, even with the shopping, y'all, I would have been under 1,000. You know what I did? That was so worth it. It was so worth it. Jay and I did a hot air balloon ride. I paid for mine. He paid for his. Let me tell you, one person on a hot air balloon was $420. I thought it was going to be about $200 when we agreed to do it. But when they said $420 a person, yo, so many people dropped out like, that's okay, we good. But then for Jay and I and a few of the other people, we were just like, you know what? This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Do a weekend birthday party in London. You know what? I'm gonna hurt Kwame. I'm just noticing he just sent me a text message. I gotta look at it. And he has said before he was gonna do London. Then he canceled. He said, nah, he ain't gonna do nothing. Now, on this late date of July, whatever, he gonna send a text, something. I didn't read the whole text. I just saw the glimpse about a weekend birthday party in London. This guy, who do he think we are? He thinks we rich. Because he's the main one who peer pressured us into doing that hot air balloon. He was like, come on, you got to do it. He didn't even do it. But we did it. And I did not regret it. I did not. It was so good. I've never done a hot air balloon, and I said I wanted to. I have an issue with heights. Heights turned out to be a non-factor. But the fact of the matter was, when do you get to do a hot air balloon ride over the Maasai Mara, over this vast land filled with all these wonderful animals, giraffes, zebras, rhinoceros, hippos, hyenas, lions? When do you get to do that? So we did that, and it was worth it. It was worth it. So I'm so happy we did that. But this is why I say it didn't have to be as expensive. And guess what? Even if we wouldn't have done the hot air balloon, there were so many activities that was included in our stay. And that was safaris every day. So there was things to do that we did not have to do the hot air balloon. That was already paid for and accounted for. Absolutely loved it. Best vacation ever. Kwame throws a party. He knows how to put on a vacation. He does. And so then him and his friends, they invited Jay and I to go to Dubai with them for New Year. I don't know if we're going to make that happen. Only because my sisters want to go to Dubai. And I definitely, was like, I'm going to do Dubai with my sisters. So I don't know. And then it's like, well, you can do Dubai twice. But remember, guys, I'm trying to see the whole entire world. And when you have a whole good day job like me, and you're not independently wealthy, so you do need to keep bringing in coin if you're going to keep sustaining this level of travel, to go twice, I don't know. So I kind of want to do it. And this is why, people, this is why we save all of the money. I know you guys hear me, especially when I be talking to Jay, who pays me no mind the majority of the time, which I love, because I love that because there's no tension between us. I can run my mouth, I can give my opinions, and he is not bothered. And I always say a safe space in a relationship is when you're allowed, and when you're able, and when you're comfortable, and when you're free to give your opinion without feeling like you're going to be doing damage. Love it. Love it. So he gives his opinions, I give my opinions, and he pays me no mind. He does what he wants to do, which I love for him. Because he's right. He is the controller of his own life, his own destiny. He has his own intuition, and he exercises it. And he is right a good majority of the time. And then y'all know I'm always right the rest of the time. So you guys hear me when I talk to him, and I'm like, Jay, don't do this or don't do that. Don't spend money on this or don't spend money on that. Why are you spending money? Blah, 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 blah. But a lot of it is because I know that there is a greater later. There's something greater that we're going to want to do later. You may not know it yet, but that's what faith is. That's what the knowing is. The knowing is you don't have to know what that thing is. But because you know that thing is coming, you're ready and you're prepared for it. When I do these vacations, I don't have to tap into my savings at all. Because I'm able to put that in my budget freely because I have little to no debt. That was by design. And then even if I did have to go into my savings, it's okay because I've been saving. And I have more savings than I need. But again, what do you really need? You don't know. Because again, you don't know what the future holds, right? So that's why for me, the exercise is not to touch it if I don't have to. And not to touch and not make myself touch it just because I want to go on these wild shopping sprees and fill my home with things nobody needs. I don't know what we're going to do about that, y'all. Then the other thing is this. So I'm going to Morocco. I haven't bought my plane ticket yet. I'm going to use points for my plane ticket. And then I told myself, yo, girl, you got enough points to buy a whole first-class plane ticket. So then I'm considering buying a first-class plane ticket. But now I'm like, but guess what? If you do go to Dubai, if you do go to these other places, it's going to be so much better to have extra points around to fund other trips rather than blow a whole bunch of points doing one great thing. So I don't know. It's still a toss-up between what do I want to do. Maybe I just spend some cash and points and upgrade my ticket with cash. Maybe something like that. But I do want a first-class experience. And because I'm going by myself, it's going to be more cost effective because that way Jay doesn't have to match my energy on that level. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. But I think that's it, y'all. I talked to y'all. Jay was going through it. I'm gonna clear this before I make it public. So if you see it, it meant that he said, okay, I can share this with y'all. Y'all, the whole time, I'm gonna say from day 2 in Kenya, my baby has severe diarrhea, like just water. Traveler's diarrhea is real. It is real. I never got it because I don't know. My system is just stronger than the average bear. I never had food poisoning. I've never had the flu. So while he was going through it, I didn't go through those same things. I didn't suffer the same things. And hats off to him because he never complained. He was making it happen. You would not have known that he wasn't feeling his best. But I did stay on him. Well, I didn't stay on him, but I did suggest for him to stay hydrated, to keep drinking in fluids, to take in salt, so that he didn't dehydrate out in them streets. We had Imodium. It really didn't do much for him. So somebody else had a stronger version of Imodium. And so on the last day, because we had that 14-hour flight, and he didn't want to be in that bathroom, blowing up the bathroom on the flight, he took that medication. And it worked. However, he didn't develop like bumps all over his skin, like a skin rash, but it doesn't itch. But it's all these fine bumps, almost like hives, which I've never had either, so I'm thinking that's what it is, all over his skin. He don't have health insurance. Y'all, again, get on him, because I've come up with several ways for him to have health insurance, and he has not followed through with any of them. So I'm going to ask you guys this. Those of you who pay for health insurance, can you please drop down in the comment how much you pay a month in health insurance? Can you please drop down in the comment, even if you have a whole job, what in your paycheck is taken out of your check to go toward health insurance for you and your dependents, whatever the situation may be? Because I think that a lot of people, when you have a job, in your mind you're thinking, oh, I have insurance, but you don't even really correlate the fact that the health insurance is coming out of your paycheck, that you are paying something. So can you please drop that down in the comments, because I think we need to talk about those conversations, because otherwise when somebody hears something like $300 a month or whatever, in their mind they're thinking that's expensive, and they just act like they can do without. But in my mind, it may be more expensive for you to end up having to pay for your own thing if something ever should arise. Or if you know any good suggestions of what he can do for health insurance, talk to us in the comments, because this is really out of my lane, because I've always had jobs at taking care of my health insurance, so I don't know what it would look like to be an entrepreneur and insure yourself. How does that look? So please give us suggestions, because now even with him with this rash, he's not going to get it looked at. He's giving it a few days to clear up on his own. Whereas a lot of us, if we're insured, we just think nothing about running to the doctors to get it looked at, to get it checked out. Wanted to do all of this stuff before we left out on vacation, but y'all know I has a lot of stuff to do. But I did keep up with sitting in the tree, so that was good. But I wasn't able to keep up with fun and budget. I wasn't able to keep up with y'all. And I wasn't able to edit at all on this vacation because we were booked and busy. But now that I'm back, here's to catching up some more. All right, y'all. I'm going to talk to y'all in the next video. Thank y'all for listening to me. I love you guys so much. You guys are my people. You guys are my accountability tribe. You guys are my friends. Just don't come asking me for money. And I only say that because y'all, I be getting like requests. The last request I got yesterday, I had to write back like, who are you? Ooh, don't be getting out your car. I had to write back like, who are you? And is this your first time ever speaking to me in life? Girl, no, bye. And now you're blocked because it was on Facebook. All right, bye.